Hi guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So as you can tell, Audi S5 is still here. I did spoke with Kamil, owner of the vehicle, and I told him the bad news. So if you've not seen the previous video, just a short story. We had the car delivered, there was a misfire on number 3 and also some evap faults in the engine ECU. I believe the fault codes, I was driving the car short distances, the fault codes didn't come back on. However, there was a problem with the vacuum inside the engine. We decided to actually replace the PCV valve. Meanwhile, the supercharger was off. We also cleaned the intake valves and we tested all 6 injectors. So after everything was done, I went for a longer test drive. We have a misfire on number 6 afterwards, so it moved from number 3 to number 6. I changed the coil packs, I swap everything around, check the compression, and again and again and again. The bare engine is running fine, there's no issues. We have fuel coming in, we have spark, we have air coming in. So the only thing what we think is the flow in the exhaust. So cylinder number 6 is the closest to catalytic converter. So if the flow is not right, it might actually struggle to push the air out from the cylinder, because number 4 and number 5 is actually making the pressure, which might push the hot air back to the combustion engine number 6. So in this video, first of all, we will check the catalytic converters. We will inspect them visually on the car first, because it's absolutely pain in the ass to remove them a bit. I spoke with Kamil regarding the whole situation, and he decided to absolutely send it on the end of the day. So he's got big brake upgrade coming soon on the car. So if the car will be actually decatted afterwards, if that will be the case, he wants to do a small upgrade on the exhaust. He also wants to put upgraded intake on the car. And of course, I'm really hoping Mallory Performance will have time sometimes next week to book the car in for remap and dyno if the car will be decatted. So stay tuned and let's get to the video. Okay, so you can probably see on the catalytic converter there's some kind of writing with a mark. So I think that was replaced, but anyways, I replaced the coil pack first. The misfire was still there, and also number 4 started misfiring. So we changed all 6 coil packs. Wants to go for a tune, so new coil packs afterwards will be helpful, because the original ones nobody knows for how long they're ever there. I checked the compressions again on number 6. It's over 12 bars, which is fine. So next step, I want to remove this lambda sensor from bank 2, which is lambda 2 behind the cap, and see what's going on there. And if I can't see nothing over there, we have to take the lambda sensor number 1 out, which is somewhere over there, and check the state of the catalytic converter. But again, I check all the readings with VCDS, temperatures, lambdas looks good. So yeah, that's the only thing, because we have air, we have fuel, we have spark. So the only thing that might be wrong is the flow in the exhaust. So let's inspect everything. Right, so we removed lambda number 2, and you can see the footage from the back. I was able to put my phone back in there, so it doesn't seem to be damaged. The second footage is just from the tablet. It's not the best, because the endoscope camera is just zooming too much and the quality is poor, but you can tell the cells are falling apart. So next step will be remove the catalytic converters and inspect them visually from inside. So this is the access to the exhaust manifold. To take the catalytic converters off, we have 12mm nuts, 3 on each side. To actually remove them, we have to take these heat shields off, and somebody was already doing some upgrades to remove the bottom arm bolts, as you can see. We also have to remove the support for the subframe, and this is the special tool we'll be using today. So to get to the nut in the corner for the driver's side manifold, we also have to remove the support bracket for the exhaust. Otherwise it's just impossible to take it off. So next we have to remove gently these exhaust clamps. And there we go, passenger side is off. I think the exhaust manifold looks sort of alright, and this is what we find inside.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
Okay, so as I mentioned, to remove the driver's side, I mean, we have to unfortunately drop the engine a bit because it's just absolute no space from the top or the bottom. It will not slide around the gearbox. So we will spool the engine. We have a hydraulic lift from the bottom and lower it down by 15-20 centimeters so the exhaust can slide out.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
So Miroslav welded the exhaust back together and it's time to put the downpipes back in. Engine can go back on as well, and as we mentioned on the beginning of the video, we will use upgraded exhaust part, it's the X pipe. So to actually fit the X pipe we have to cut the original cutback exhaust, and it comes with new clamps. So let's listen to the exhaust before and after. So the last upgrade is the CTS intake from Brotek. I will leave you the link in the description below. Everything is done. The car is booked Mallory Performance, so I'm heading to Mallory Performance at the moment. I'm gonna do a good 60 miles, probably 1 hour drive. So I test drive the car locally already. The misfire is gone, everything seems to be fine. So if you're wondering where we get all the bits from, so the X pipe was from Awesome GTI and the air intake was from Brotek, Mark Brody. So I'll put all the links in the description below. And I can't actually wait while the car will be tuned, see the numbers, and meanwhile we get there, try to guess how much 168,000 mile S5 will produce as a fully stock car, just with stage 1 remap and a DEcat. So yeah, I'll be there in 1 hour and I'll see you then.
The car, what, the guy at the time wanted about 17 grand.
So what can I tell you? It was a beautiful morning spent in manually performance. So filled down the tune. It took him probably about 2 hours. So the engine is tuned, DSG is done as well, and yeah, you can feel the difference straight away, of course. I did tell Camille how much I'm expecting, and I'm not sure he will be disappointed, but we managed to push out with the setup pretty much everything stock. Yeah, I mean, you know, the intake valves were clean from carbon, the injectors were run on the machine, so they were clean up sort of, so the values are in spec and stuff. But you know, except the DEcat and the intake, everything is fully stock. Okay, we put an X pipe on the exhaust, but the diameter is still the same as from the factory. So the flow in the exhaust is not the best anyways. But still, yeah, for fully stock S4, literally a stage 1 remap, yeah, 420 bhp on the crank. I think pretty much cool. I don't know what will be his sort of feelings when you're going to get the car back, when you're going to drive it, if he will feel the difference and he will be happy with it or not. But personally, I think for the amount of money he spent in it and the amount of power he's running and everything, I think he will be happy. Also, the setup what we put on is probably the best setup for fully stock engine, because as you can hear, I'm in drive now. Yeah, I'm doing like 40 miles per hour. The exhaust is not droning at all. As soon as you're gonna put your foot down, you can hear the supercharger waning, which is lovely, and the exhaust is louder as well with the X pipe and DEcat. So other than that, we didn't want to touch the exhaust because we have an experience like more things you want to do aftermarket is getting worse and worse and worse and less comfortable for longer journeys, which we don't want to do with these sort of cars because you want to use it daily as well. So for long journeys it's comfortable, yeah. As soon as you want to go quicker, downshift, you're going to put your foot down, yeah, it's a bit louder, you can hear the supercharger probably. So yeah, I'm personally I will be happy with this sort of a car. That's today's what we've done. I'll see you in the next one.